28. Okay, yes. 28. I thought it was 29. Yes, Siaga's contribution is too great for us not to celebrate it. Can't be celebrating a day. So me will be known as Siaga month. We're going to celebrate the contribution of Edward Siaga for the month. The fact that he rescued us from sure communism. He rescued us from sure going back to slavery. Gemini is where I work with, man. The best sign in the creation of signs, you know. Gemini sign is better than a stop sign. It's better than a free money at the bank sign. And I'm not saying that because I might be a Gemini. I could be, I'm not sure. Right? But again, my people, listen to me now. CTAC, I walk come in named CTAC. Well, I'm someone just drive the line named CTAC a while ago. The greatest police organization ever made. The promoted murder navy. CTAC, well, I'm going to say CTAC. CTAC come late, man. CTAC is there when we have blue day. That's where you fit in a blue day perfectly, you know, CTAC. But you never there when we have push blue day. When we have to support the police and the comrade them I say, boy, how we know here no police are dead on the street. That was what the comrade them are singing when we have to support the police. Romy and you are confused individuals, sir. But I hear you lighting a candle, you're singing a sankey, and you're trying to find your way back home. That's what me understand. You light your candle, you sing your sankey, and you're trying to find your way back home. Right? But don't worry yourself, you know. When the prodigal son returned, you know, his father did welcome him with open arms. When the prodigal son returned, his father welcomed him with open arms. So you could be the prodigal son. Yeah, we know somebody here. We know say this is that. This is that she can. We know that one there, no, but the fact that you are using the name means that you're a supporter of the blue. And once you support the blue, we are with you. No PhD candidate is a regular something. No PhD. And that is another issue too. Our Prime Minister, and me tell you, I say one of the biggest saying we have in Jamaica is that when people fight you, you have to use that energy and build yourself bigger than them. Because there is nothing that irate your enemies them than when them see you successful. Now, the Prime Minister getting PhD. And all of a sudden, none of the comrade them they don't want no PhD. PhD no good, we don't want that. It's not want to don't want PhD. It's that you no can't get it. You don't have the ambition to get a PhD. My Prime Minister do it. Even when you know a fight and I try to bring him down, he got through the fight and he study and he set an example. He set an example for all of us to aspire to. That of higher learning, higher education, and higher achievement. And him never step on nobody forget. He never try to bring down nobody forget it. In fact, him get it while people are trying to bring him down. But if there was ever a sign that this is a man of strength, this is the man when Peter Bunting go up on the political platform with tears in his eye and say, Jamaica needs divine intervention, and the Lord himself see fit and send us Andrew Michael Wellness. You see that? So that's why when somebody like Reedy, I say the Prime Minister now follow none of we. Yes, when the rest of the on TikTok like the Prime Minister didn't have book a study. Yes, when all me there so, I defend him name, he must study. Strong, ambitious, that is where you're leader, that is where you look to for leadership. Now look, chaka somebody can't come talk about them. Prime Minister, who for Prime Minister, you mad? Who for Prime Minister? Not my one. Not for me. Not my Prime Minister. That will never happen. No man, they never have my payment and no ashes yet, man. I not feel in the right in those rice. But like, man, we all should be motivated by the Prime Minister. Right? But as me say, it's your mind. When you have comrades who are gonna say, why my people them not travel upon the school bus because I live by ride school bus. That is what you call a dirty, backward, sorry, not dirty, a dirty, backward mindset. Yes, when you have comrade And not only the person that say it, the ones them that applaud her for saying it. Yes, the one them will applaud her when she say it. Those are the problem too. That's why we tell you, say, there are persons that live here. They live in Jamaica, but they are PNP and you have Jamaicans. There's a difference between the two. You have PNP and you have Jamaicans. Who must start? Big up yourself. During the things at the buckle, where Alvaro and his friend claim said them debunk, we lose 44,000 business. 44,000 business went under. We have no investment into our key sectors. National security being one of them that suffered under the PNP. National security being one of them was suffer under the PNP. That way, during the 60s, 70s and those times, we had a certain level of decency in Jamaica when it comes to relating to each other. We weren't crime free, but we had a certain level of decency. When violence entered our politics was during Michael Mann and in the lead up to 1976 and then in the lead up to 1980. In 1962, we had no political violence. 68, we had no political violence. 72, we had no political violence. 76 is where political violence entered the fray. It went to a boil in 1980 when we literally had war in the street. When me say things like these, PNP get offended when me say that every bad thing where Jamaica suffer from today can be traced back to the People's National Party. It's not just about their bad policies that put us on the back foot. It was also about their supporters. It's also how they handle things like that. So we never had political violence until Michael Manley came in and decided that he doesn't want to give up power. That's where violence kept coming. We never have electoral fraud. We did not have electoral fraud. The stuff in a ballot box, the thief in a ballot, we never have that. That started up in the 1976, up at them time, we never have them thing there. It was when Michael Manley came in and decided he never want to relinquish power. That is when we have those things start. No, it's not too much blame game, it's history. It's not blame game. We have to tell the people them which part them come from so they can know where to go. We have to lead the people them so they don't make the same mistake we already make twice. If we make it a third time, nothing now go left for this time. Right, so we never have the electoral fraud until that time. I will, however, give credit to PJ Patterson. That's one thing that he led the charge in when it comes to cleaning up the electoral process. We need to recruit our youngsters. Let me ask you this. What your name? Let me see what your name. Jamie. Let me ask you this. When in the history of Jamaica, have you ever seen more recruiting of our youngsters than today? Where? The army is recruiting, the police is recruiting, heart is recruiting, everywhere you think of is recruiting. Young people. Where in Jamaica that are young people not being recruited? Answer me that one, please. Where? What sector? The tourism sector is recruiting. What sector in Jamaica is not recruiting the young people that you speak of? Remember, there's an old Jamaican saying, we can only lead the horse to the water, but we can't force them to drink. The government of the day can only create the opportunities. We can only create the opportunities. We can create the system. We can put everything in place. He was speaking about... Deidre, good morning. Where he was speaking about no longer campaigning on poverty. We have to campaign on empowerment. We never hear them speech by a leader yet. Recruit to vote for the JLP. Well,